Developers urge developers to repair the ramshackle Wembley plaque before the centenary of the stadium. The company that owns the land around Wembley Stadium is coming under pressure to restore and move a damaged marble plaque that commemorates the opening of Olympic Way for the London 1948 game. The plaque was moved to an area of scrubland in 1993 and went largely forgotten until being spotted by the author Mike Collett, who has written 2 histories of the FA Cup. At his prompting, the World Olympians Association and the Wembley History Society have called on the development company Quinton to restore the plaque and return it to a position of prominence in time for the stadium's centenary next year. The engraving on the plaque, which was unveiled amid great fanfare by Alfred Barnes, then the Labour Minister of Transport, on July 6, 1948, is now almost illegible. Mike Miller, chief executive of the WOA, which is responsible for the legacy of more than 100,000 living Olympians as well as general games heritage, said, "We would hope that the plaque will be properly restored and sited on Olympic Way, which it commemorates, not hidden away where it has much less impact." A Quinton spokeswoman said that the company was looking at options for the plaque, including providing a copy of it on Olympic Way, as the original is too fragile to be moved. "We are keen to work with all parties to find a suitable resolution for the plaque that marked its 1948 opening," she said. BBC Wide of the Mark with Djokovic interview. It was surprising that the BBC's much-promoted interview with Novak Djokovic by its media editor, Amol Rajan, failed to put the Serbian tennis player on the spot about the discrepancies over his positive COVID test before the Australian Open, given that it was a BBC investigation that had exposed them. The investigation revealed that the serial number of Djokovic's positive test on December 16 appeared out of sequence with others in Serbia at the same time. The one on his first test had, most unusually, a higher serial number than that on his negative 6 days later. The QR code of the first test also initially showed up negative on the Serbian Health Authority website. Half an hour later it was positive. Surely that would have been a good topic for Rajan, who was given the interview via the PR firm Freud's, to broach with Djokovic and implore, "Why, Novak, why?" London calling not for Northern Giants Newcastle. Amanda Staveley has dismissed as mischief-making the talk among Newcastle United's Premier League rivals that the club are considering citing their new training centre in London to make it easier to recruit star players. Staveley, one of Newcastle's 3 directors, says that the plan is for a new centre in the northeast several times larger than the club's existing facility. Changing face of Arsenal will greet rail passengers. Arsenal have told supporters that the distinctive wrap around the Emirates Stadium features pictures of former players, and acts as a landmark for train travellers going into King's Cross Station, is to be taken down. The wrap will be replaced and the club will consult fans about other options. One suggestion is to have giant digital screens with constantly changing pictures. Arsenal are also expected to give due prominence to star women players of the recent past. Belligerent box spring a Six Nations surprise. There was considerable surprise among the rugby unions that make up the Six Nations when stories surfaced this week that South Africa were keen to be part of the tournament. Insiders say South Africa Rugby formally applied in December to join the competition, but that Six Nations Rugby wrote back before Christmas to say it was uninterested. It appears even that has not been enough to deter the South Africans, who want to be involved in a potential money spinner. Revisiting the demi-monde of continental cabaret. This week's meeting between Liverpool and Inter Milan generated several articles that revisited the infamous 1965 European Cup semi-final. Liverpool were convinced that the Italians' victory was orchestrated by the notorious Hungarian match fixer Dejan Solti.